So you're probably like this lady, and you have just come out of a plane and you have landed in the UK as an international student. Now, we all know, including yourself, that you came for one thing, and that is to study. However, I know that many international students who arrive in the UK are also looking for work. They're also looking for a job. They're also looking for a means to sustain themselves during their time in the UK as a student. So, in this video, I'm going to be teaching you all you need to know to be able to work as a student in the UK. So, the very first thing that you need as an international student in the UK to work is something known as a student visa. Now, the student visa used to be known as the Tier 4 General Student Visa, but the name has now changed to just student visa. And this is a legal requirement. And most of the time, all the time, should I say, every international student has to apply for a student visa when once they have actually applied to do a course in the UK, and there's a specific time frame whereby you will have to apply for a student visa before you can even come to the UK. And I'm just going to give a breakdown of that as well. So, to acquire a student visa or to be eligible for a student visa, you have to, number one, have an offer for a course in the UK, and you should also have a licensed sponsor. So somebody who has decided to sponsor your course for you. If somebody is not sponsoring your course for you, then your course might be sponsored by a recognized scholarship, okay? And that is the same, okay, as having a licensed sponsor. Aside from that as well, number two, if you do not have a licensed sponsor, you don't have a scholarship, you would be entitled to a student visa if you want to apply for a course in the UK and you have an adequate or you have enough money to pay for the course yourself, okay, and to look after yourself, okay, in the UK. If you have enough money to pay for the course, to come to the UK and study that course, then you will also be eligible for a student visa. And I just want to add here as well, just make sure that you have also applied for the course and you have paid for the course before you even apply for the student visa as well. And another requirement for you being eligible to actually acquire a student visa is that you can speak, read, write, and understand English. Okay, and all of these requirements are from the official UK government website, and I will leave a link in the description below so that you can click on it and read more about it. Now, just to emphasize everything that I said, that is, you must make sure that you have your visa, okay, your student visa, before you start your course, okay? And I'm speaking to international students, okay? Make sure that you have your student visa way before you start your course, and you can definitely apply for your student visa before you start your course. Now, the good news with all of this is that once you have your student visa, you can actually work with this. And I'm just going to explain to you how a student visa works, okay? Because there are a little bit of restrictions that come with student visas in the UK, okay? And I'm going to explain it in the slides to follow. All right. So with the student visa, you are only allowed to work for 20 hours per a week, okay? And when I say per a week, I mean that per a week is a 7-day period starting on Monday and ending on Sunday. And that is a definition from the Home Office. Okay, that's the definition that they have given for the per a week aspect of the requirement, or of the, should I say, rule that they have given to people who desire, or students who desire to work with the student visa. So you can only work for 20 hours per a week from Monday to Sunday, and you can work during school opening time, which is also known as term time. okay, in the UK. And you can also work full-time during official university holidays. Okay, so that is how it works. Now, I believe that the reason why they restrict it to 20 hours is because they know that you came to the UK solely to study, okay, and to acquire your qualification. And if you had to spend too many hours working, you would not have enough time to actually focus on the reason why you actually came to the UK, which is to study. So they give you a limit, or they give you a restriction of the hours, the number of hours that you can actually work whilst you're actually studying. And I think that that is fair. Okay. Now, aside from that as well, there are some restrictions, okay, should I say negative restrictions, okay, to working on or with a UK student visa, okay, and I'm going to list the restrictions here so that you are fully aware of them. All right, so when you are international student working on a student visa, okay, if you have come to the UK on a part-time course, okay, so you have applied for a part-time course at university and you have come to the UK to do a part-time course, you cannot undertake any work, whether it's paid, whether it's voluntary, which is unpaid work in the UK. Okay. Aside from that, if you have come to the UK on a full-time course, so you're doing a full-time course at the university in the UK, you are allowed to work for 20 hours, as I've mentioned, but you cannot work on any permanent contract. All the contracts that you can work on must be temporary contracts only. Okay. Aside from that, as well, you can't be self employed. Okay. So, self employed meaning working for yourself or setting up a business. Okay. Self employed can also come under freelancing as well, or freelance work as well. And aside from that as well, you cannot pick up any work as a professional sports person or as an entertainer. And these are like these are the strict guidelines from the government website and from many university websites as well. Now, I'm going to share with you some links, okay, to do to just acquire even more information, okay, or to just validate everything that I've already told you, okay. Now, I'm also going to do a live demonstration as well, and I'm just gonna go onto all of these websites just to show you how they look like, just to show you what you should really be focusing on when you go to those websites. So the first website is all about the student visa. Okay, so everything that I've mentioned, you can actually find it on this website, http semicolon hash hash www.gov.uk/student hyphen visa. Okay, the next website, okay, that I have also left in the description section below is for you to really understand government's guidance about working on the student visa. And I've summarized everything on this video, but if you want more information, I believe that the more information you have about something, the better. So if you just want to read more about it, immerse yourself in it, you are more than welcome to go onto this link as well. And the last link I have here is just my own advice. Okay, so I suggest for you to go on google.co.uk, and I would ask you to search a university name, because every university is a little bit different about how about their rules, to students actually working. Ultimately, every university is following the government's guidelines, but some universities are a little bit more flexible, okay, a little bit, but ideally all universities are following the government guidance. So once you have the government's guidance, I believe that you have all the information that you need, and that is what I've shared with you today. But what you can do just to put your mind at peace even more is to go on Google, to search a university name, and then to also type working on a student visa UK. Okay, and this will lead you to the specific page on your university website, which will tell you your university's specific requirements when it comes to actually working on a student visa. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to go onto the internet, and I'm just going to go through all of these links one by one just to show you what it looks like and where you should click. All right, so let's get started. So in this part of the video, I just want to show you the links, okay, that I shared previously. So the first one was the www.gov.uk/student-visa, and this website link is all about the student visa. So they give you an overview, they tell you a little bit of what is expected of your course, the money you need to actually pay for the student visa, what knowledge of English you need, what documents you actually need to apply, how to apply and where to apply, and so forth. There's so much more information. When you just scroll down, it will take you through the student visa process. Okay, but the very place that I want to scroll down to is when to apply. Okay, the when to apply, and it says that the earliest you can apply for a visa is 6 months before you start your course. All right, and you'll get a decision within 3 weeks, and that's if you're applying outside of the UK. And I'm assuming that many of you are international students, but if you're also applying, if you're already in the UK, and you apply within the UK, then you can apply 3 months before your course starts. Okay, so they assume that you're already on a visa, but now you want to go ahead and get a student visa. All right, and they just give you so much more information, how long you can stay. All right, so you can stay up to 5 years, and I believe that the only exception is with courses like medicine, because medicine is more than 5 years, and there are other courses that are also more than 5 years as well. But if you read this guidance right here, if you click on it right here, it will give you more detail about that. Okay, if you scroll down, it'll tell you what to do if you want to extend your visa, if you want to stay longer in the UK, if you want to, if you have a visa already but you want to switch to a student visa, if you have graduated from a course and you want to go and apply for a graduate visa, it also gives you that information here as well. All right, so there's a lot of information here. There's information about the fees, how much it costs to actually apply for a student visa from outside the UK, and also how to extend or switch a student visa from inside the UK. It also talks about the healthcare supercharge as well, which is really, really important. And I'll probably do a video on that so that you have a better understanding of what the healthcare supercharge is all about. All right. And it also talks about people who have partners and children and who are coming to study in the UK as well. All right. And it also tells you what you cannot do on the student visa, which I have touched upon already. I believe the only thing that I left out was that you cannot claim any benefits. Okay. So in the UK, they have a welfare system that helps people who are on very, very low income or people who do not work at all. But when you're on a student visa, you cannot actually claim those public funds or benefits, and you cannot also claim any form of pension, okay, as well. So I do advise you to go onto this website, read more, even more about it if you want just more information. But I believe that I have covered what you have to know and all you have to know. All right, but just come on here if there's any other burning questions that you may have, all right, about the student visa. All right, so the next page I wanted to show you was about the student visa as well, but it gives more of a breakdown as of the working requirements on the student visa. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to go on Google and I'm going to search for it. Maybe the link is not working, and I'll make sure that I update that on the description as well. All right, so just search gov.uk student visa. So we just add here working on a student visa, this one here, and then just look for the government website. All right, so it's showing this overview, which I've just shown you already. But this page, let me just check the link again. Just give me a moment to do that. All right, so just search gov.uk points-based system student visa. Search for that. All right, it hasn't come up. Let me just copy this. So points-based system student route is make sure you add student root to it. Press search. And then when you scroll down, you will see this publication, which says student and child student. And it basically talks about the student visa and working on a student visa in a little bit more detail. But everything that I have mentioned, so as you can see, it's a very, very long document. But there is good information here about the student visa and working on the student visa. So, for example, study abroad programs in the UK. There's quite a bit of information: living costs, course fees, accommodation deposit. There's a lot of information here as to whether you want to work in the UK. There's so much here. Study in the UK. It just gives you everything you have to know. It's a very, very long document. It's a very, very long document. So if I just go up briefly, there's stuff about work placement, student work placement requirements, and so forth. This is just a very good document to refer to if you want to have a bit even more information about working in the UK. Okay. There is a lot of information just about being a student, and there may be other questions you may have that I didn't cover in this video that you can also find through that document. All right. Aside from that, if you click on the first one here, student root caseworker guidance. All right, it talks about how they actually consider applications to enter or remain in the UK. So if you click on this, this will take you also to the document that I just showed you. There's a lot of information there. All right. So the next advice I gave you is I said search your university name and then search working on a student visa. So just imagine you go to the University of Bath. So just type University of Bath in the Google search bar and then type working on a student visa next to that. Enter. And then as you can see, this is Bath, University of Bath's official website. Okay, https www.bath.ac.uk. So if you click on this, it will give you Bath's requirements about working on a student visa. Okay, and as you can see, they have a booking system. Not every university has a booking system. You know, you can use it to book work, see how many hours you're able to work in a week and get paid for the work you do. Not every university is like that. All right. So look at your university in particular using the method I've shown you to find specifically what your university's system and requirements are like when it comes to working with a student visa. All right. So with University of Bath, you need to use a booking system. Maybe for the University of East London, you might not need a booking system. All right. So look at your university individually. Look also at their requirements alongside the government's mandatory requirements if you're working on a student visa as well. Anyway, I hope that this video has been useful. If you have any questions, please type them in the comment section below. And please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to this YouTube channel. Okay, and share this video to anybody that you know that desires to come to the UK and wants to acquire a student visa, already has a student visa, and they want to come to the UK and study. All right, see you in the next video.